Hello, Marvel fans. Welcome to episode of Marvel Talk with your hosts,
Nick
and Chris. And do we have a great one to talk with you about today? Another comic book issue review.
That's right. This is issue 3 of our Marvel Talk show and tell of comics, where we're gonna, review our books and tell you what we thought about them. So Christopher usually starts these off. So if Christopher would like to start off,
okay, I'll do that first. All right. So my first one, for what I've got today, is Spider-Man 2099 versus Venom 2099,
which is a good one.
Yeah, really good one. So it first begins where Spider-Man 2099 here meets the regular Spider-Man here. And apparently, so they go, it's almost like a little Edge of Time almost sort of feeling, it feels like. And then they eventually meet up and everything. They go back to where they came from. And apparently you even get to see where Spider-Man here fights like Vulture, like of 2099 there. And then eventually, like, Miguel apparently ends up dealing with this whole thing with, like, his boss, like, who gets bigger with more power and everything. And apparently, Dr. Doom ends up becoming president, apparently.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And funny, just the day before I ended up reading that part, it was like I was talking with Nick here about if there ever was, like, where Dr. Doom, like, rules, like, almost like the planet, like a country or sort of thing.
I actually did tell him that he did that.
And coincidentally,
I didn't want to spoil it for him, but I did want to, I didn't want to spoil it for him, but I said, like, oh, he does it. You just have to, I'm just not telling you how or what issue or something. And, well.
Yep, it ended up happening right here. So.
Surprise. I didn't know that you were that far into it. That's why I was like, I don't know if I should tell. Actually didn't know what part he was in, but I wanted to wait.
Yeah, well. Funny, it was just so funny.
I was like, oh, we finally realized it was in this comic.
Yeah, I think it was like about, if you don't mind, one sec. Yeah.
Close to it,
okay.
Yeah.
It was like right here, basically, so you can see. And then, so eventually, he ends up losing like one of like his women that he likes. Oh wait, that's actually for later. That happens. Happens when he faces Venom 2099, who's like even more crazier and everything.
Yeah.
And have like so when he loses one of the girls he actually likes, he goes on a revenge on Venom 29 and ends up pretty much being left off on like who pretty much Venom 29 is, and that was pretty much it. But overall, it's a really great one.
Did I recommend that one for you?
Yeah, I believe. Yeah, you did.
I remember what the comic, what Bailey's Comics, right? And you wanted, and I told you how good it was.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I didn't know if that was that one or something else. So yeah, I'm glad I told you to get that because that's really good.
Yeah. Oh, and one last thing, there was even the Green Goblin in this, and he came from the year 2011. Like, wow, that was interesting. But yeah, overall, a really great book. I really recommend this. 10 out of 10.
So mine's a little shorter. Mine's basically part of the King in Black, which is, in my opinion, like one of my favorite storylines in all of Marvel. I do plan on getting like the big book, the complete set. So just a little heads up on that. But this, I just had to get this cover. It's the second print or second variant, and it's basically Mary Jane becoming the Carnage. So basically, it shows you just how, Gwenpool still has the Venom symbiote. There's an apocalypse going on in her universe and everything. So, like, there's, like, those Venom dragons and everything. Let me see if I can get, like, a cooler shot for you guys. This is her riding it. I think you guys can see right there. Trying to bring it down. It goes into, like, this whole thing. I can't really go much into it, unfortunately, because, a lot happens, but it's just like her protecting her friends and everything from the buildings and everything. But Mary Jane does become a host of the Carnage symbiote, which is actually really interesting. So here's like this is basically where everything's gonna go down. A little bit over there. And there's fighting. Well, actually, this is actually the scene where Mary Jane is actually like becoming Carnage, and fighting Gwenom, as she's called. And then here, we get the King in Black, the former ruler of the symbiotes. And again, this is a side story to the main storyline, which is why I really want to get that big giant book, because it has all the connected stories. In fact, here it even shows you like the ones that you should like check in so you're not lost, with Thor facing Null. But yeah, this was so cool, and I actually loved seeing how Gwenom was doing in it, and seeing Mary Jane as Carnage, even though it's not this version of it, which I love this. I just love this. I'm gonna give it a solid, seeing how this is a side story, not like the entirety. I'm gonna give it like a 5 out of 5. I really enjoyed it. And yeah, oh, and it's also the first issue. It's the first issue of the second print. So I have to try and find the second one, because if the cover's cool, or I'll just wait to reread it with the complete book. But yeah, that was my review of my book.
And mine you heard too, but first.
So yeah, that's basically it. Unless there's anything you want to add to yours.
No. All I will say, I really recommend this. You should definitely go out and find this.
I was about to say the same thing for this. If you don't want to get the big book and you really want to get into this, I definitely recommend it. It's a really good issue, and I really might just get the second issue if I can find a cover that I like. It has a cool cover variant. If not, I just recommend just reading the entirety, because it's, again, one of the best Marvel storylines out there. It's possibly my personal favorite. So, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. We are going to have a video on Sunday going over a possibility, a theory that I came up with.
All in his own, actually.
Yeah, Christopher actually insists that we talk about it, and Christopher's going to add some details.
It really was impressive. He like thought of it all on his own.
I thought of it literally when he was texting me it, and I was like, as I was texting and I sent it, I just realized, I even texted this, did I just come up with a really good theory? And Christopher is going to back me up on it, and you know, so it's just going to be about, you know, a certain team for a certain movie that's coming out, and we're going to leave it at that. So yeah, we want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, leave a like. Let us know what comic books you guys want us to review, or if you have any recommendations for us to go over, and we'll see you Sunday for the theory. And with that being said, Excelsior.
Enough said.